सच्चो तेरो नाम।
Brothers and sisters, Sitaram. It is my pleasure to welcome each and every one of you once again to another edition of Ramayan Mahima U.S.A, a program prepared and presented to you by well-wishers and lovers of Dharma, who so desire for the lives of all to be enriched not only materially but spiritually. It is our intention to bring to you a way of life that you will be able to practice in a very simple manner so as to bring about great benefits in the future for you. Our presentation tonight is once again bhajans and spiritual teachings. To do our very first bhajan will be Bhai Yadeshwar, and he will be followed by Bahan Serena. It is our hope that these bhajans will tune your minds to listen to our pravachan so as to allow your lives to benefit immensely. Over to Bhai Yadeshwar and Bahan Serena.
जो राम नाम नहीं गाते वो जीते जी मर जाते, जो राम नाम गाते हैं वो परम राम पाते हैं। बोलो राम सिया राम जय जय राम। बोलो राम सिया राम जय जय राम। जो राम नाम नहीं गाते वो जीते जी मर जाते, जो राम नाम गाते हैं वो परम राम पाते हैं। बोलो राम सिया राम जय जय राम। बोलो राम सिया राम जय जय राम।
There you have been listening to Bhai Yadeshwar and Bahan Serena doing for us those beautiful bhajans. And we can see the youth in them, yet they are striving to perform in a way that will cause parents to be proud of them, not only academically but spiritually. To do our pravachan, we have someone who has been a pillar of Ramayan Mahima over the years. She has contributed a great lot to the development of Sanatan Dharma and towards the development of individual lives. It is with great pleasure that I ask Bhan Sandra to come forward and to make her presentation here, that we can all benefit in some way and we can able to uplift our lives in all respect, that we can become better individuals. Bhan Sandra.
Sisters and brothers, join me in a short prarthana. Varnamaretha sangana rasanam chandasamapi mangalanam chakaretara vande vani Vinayaka. Hari Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Sisters and brothers, on this episode of Ramayan Mahima, we're pleased to talk to you about something which is very, very important in the lives of all, and that is Gyan. Gyan means knowledge, and Vidya means education. Many times we hear and we talk about knowledge and education, and it is so true that very many of us up to today, we still do not understand the meaning of both knowledge and education. The world over, everyone is under a massive struggle to acquire education, and that is the basic knowledge that will help them to feed, clothe, and house themselves. And sisters and brothers, it is said that to acquire knowledge is a matter of concern for all. What is knowledge, therefore? This word knowledge implies, or like education, it is one's potential or ability in life that will help them to understand themselves, the world, and who they are, where they have come from, and what it is that resides within them. Having and sharing in knowledge is widely recognized as the basis for improving one's reputation and influences. Thus, knowledge is considered to be power. From Sanatan Dharma standpoint, knowledge or Gyan encompasses theories that regards God, soul, and the world. And so, Veda is knowledge. What is Veda? Veda comes from the word vid. And vid is vid labhe, to acquire. Vid vicharane, to think. Vid jane, to know. And vid satayam, to exist. Therefore, Veda is a compendium of knowledge. Veda is to think in such a manner that you acquire the knowledge of your existence, the art and science necessary for mankind to be successful in life. In the Hebrew language, the biblical book of Proverbs says, "A wise man is strong, a man of knowledge increaseth strength." Charnak Maharaj echoed those same words, and he says, "Gyanena murkintu mandane, gyanena hina pashubhihi samana." It is knowledge that gives liberation, not shaving of the head or putting on an orange robe. Therefore, a man without knowledge is like an animal. Vidyan prashyate loke, vidyan sarvatra gauravam, vidya labhate sarvam, vidya sarvatra pujyate. And Chanak Maharaj continues to tell us, he says, a scholar is honored every way and earns reputation in every society. Whatsoever one desire, he can achieve with knowledge, for knowledge is adored everywhere. Manu Maharaj also stresses the importance of knowledge. And what he says? He says, Adbhir gatrani shudhyanti, manah satyena shudhyati, vidya tapobhyam bhut atma, buddhir janena shudhyati. Manu Maharaj says, he says, water cleanses the body, truth purifies the mind, prayers purify the soul, and knowledge develops the intellect. Taking a dip in the Ganges purifies the body. However, taking a dip in knowledge is even greater, for it purifies the mind. Knowledge enables you to understand the mind, and there it is important to acquire, sisters and brothers, knowledge. As important it is for you to acquire education, to be talented, to know the different art forms. It is good to know many languages. Most importantly, the quest to acquire knowledge is of paramount importance. Sometimes, we do not understand the significance of all of this. When you have knowledge, it says, when you have knowledge, you're able to understand Satya Sanatan Vedic Dharma in its spiritual and philosophical way. And so therefore, parents and sisters and brothers, as you listen to this program, it is important, yes, that many times we parents, we want our children to have a very, very high academics in school. We send them 5 days a week to school. We have them doing curriculum activities, extracurriculum activities. But many of us today, we need to understand that we overpressure our children. We give them more than 5 days of schooling, and this is added with the extra lessons. We want them to have swimming lessons. Will they become a swimming star or some swimming persons that they're going to become in their life? We give them karate lessons. Are they going to become karate experts? We give them singing and dancing lessons. Yes, this is good for them to become talented. We give them ballet lesson. We give them music lesson. There's so much added extracurriculum lessons that we add to our children's life. And when you say to them, get them into the spiritual path, there is no time at all. And that is why today we find many of our youths, it is very important when they go to the doors of the temple, when they're in yajnas, when they're in any religious functions, and the pandit reads or their pravachan is going on, the child is not interested at all to listen to what the scripture has to tell them so that they can start to gain knowledge. What our children today, they're busy doing? They're busy texting, they're busy looking at their iPad, they're busy with other activities. And so it is important, parents, it becomes very important that we need to start the pursuit of knowledge from a very early, tender age. What scripture says? Scripture tells us very beautifully in these following verses as to regards to the acquiring of knowledge. And let's listen what our saints and sages, they say.
सकल जग मानत पर यह बात सकल जग मानत सुत स्वभाव पितु मातु से आवत सुत स्वभाव पितु मातु से आवत श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय
says that the whole world, the entire world knows that a child receives his personality principally from his parents. And so, oh parents, those of you who are watching this program, it is important for you to understand that no one, Dehi Matu Pitu Jite Siksha, no one can educate a child as much as you can. And so, in the same way how you educate them, you give them academic education. It is said spiritual education is important because the saints and sages, they continually, it says, Dhanya Dhanya Mahavansha hai, Aho Dhanya Santan Rama, Aho Dhanya Santan, Guru Janani aur Janak jisa mile ज्ञान की खान, ओ रामा मिले ज्ञान की खान, सिया भज रामचंद्र की जय, शरणम शंकर हरि ओम, जय जय सिया राम. And so our scripture continues to tell us that, O man, O parents, blessed is that family, dhanya dhanya mahavansha hai. Blessed is that family where, and blessed is those children where the mother is considered to be the guru and the father also is considered to be the guru. Where mother and father, they're both knowledgeable, and where also the children becomes knowledgeable. Friends, it is therefore important that we need to understand, in the same way how you talk about a river being dried without any water, in the same way, although you may have academics to its maximum, without knowledge, we're considered to be like that. And so it is important, while we are giving our children, or all of us, we are in quest of education, knowledge is very important for us to live a very, very happy life, because both complements one another. Both is very important in our lives. On this program of Ramayan Mahima, it is our sincere call that parents, not only must you find time to educate your children academically, but try to get them involved in spiritual pursuits also. So until we meet again, I pray may the blessings of the Supreme continue to guide all of us. Hari Om Shantihi, 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 Hari Om.
What a wonderful message. My friends, knowledge is something very important. Knowledge determines our thoughts. Our thoughts determine our actions. Our actions become our character and what we become in society. So it is very important that knowledge is practiced to the highest extent by every one of us in all forms. Man must not only heed to academics, but should delve into the scriptures to seek spiritual knowledge. For it is this that will accompany him and that will promote him along the path of spirituality to get closer and closer to the Lord. Bhagavad Gita emphasizes the importance of knowledge when Lord Krishna said to Arjuna, it is through the path of knowledge that man is able to destroy his sins. For once you are able to recognize your flaws in life and you realize the importance of getting rid of them, and then you start to develop the good thoughts, when you practice the good actions, then what happens? The sins automatically starts to be reduced. Hence the importance of knowledge. And I want to thank Bhajan Sandra for choosing that wonderful topic to deliver onto you, so that we can all benefit in some way. It is my hope that you will indeed recognize the importance and you will make the applications as necessary, that we can all rise into this world. Once again, thanks to Bhajan Sandra. Today our next devotional will be by Kamendra, who is very talented and who hails from the Dr. Bush area. Bhajan.
ओ कान्हा तेरे दर पे ओ कान्हा तेरे दर पे अब मैं आया हार के, दर्शन दे दे तो मुझको अपना दास जान के। ओ कान्हा तेरे दर पे, ओ कान्हा तेरे दर पे अब मैं आया हार के, दर्शन दे दे तो मुझको अपना दास जान के। ओ कान्हा तेरे दर पे। मीरा में दाया तुझको लिए विष को हाथ में, लिए विष को हाथ में। मीरा में दाया तुझको लिए विष को हाथ में, लिए विष को हाथ में। फिर पी गई विष का प्याला, फिर पी गई विष का प्याला, उसको अपनी हार के, दर्शन दे दे तो मुझको अपना दास जान के। ओ कान्हा तेरे दर पे, ओ कान्हा तेरे दर पे अब मैं आया हार के, दर्शन दे दे तो मुझको अपना दास जान के। ओ कान्हा तेरे दर पे। मैं भी पुकारो तुझको, तू आजा सावरे, आजा सावरे। मैं भी पुकारो तुझको, मैं भी पुकारो तुझको, मैं भी पुकारो तुझको, मैं भी पुकारो तुझको, तू आजा सावरे, आजा सावरे। फिर पी गई विष का प्याला, फिर पी गई विष का प्याला, अपनी भगनी जान के, दर्शन दे दे तो मुझको अपना दास जान के। ओ कान्हा तेरे दर पे, ओ कान्हा तेरे दर पे अपने आया हार के, दर्शन दे दे तो मुझको अपना दास जान के। ओ कान्हा तेरे दर पे, ओ कान्हा तेरे दर पे, ओ कान्हा तेरे दर पे।
There we have been listening to Bhai Kamendra doing that very beautiful and meaningful devotional O Kanha Tere Darpe. A devotee's cry to Lord Krishna as he surrenders to the Lord, saying to the Lord, I've come to your door. I would like to thank Bhai Kamendra for that contribution that he has done for us. We listen now to a very competent, a very talented singer, Bhai Dewan.
सुर की गति में क्या जानो, एक भजन करना जानो। सुर की गति में क्या जानो, एक भजन करना जानो। सुर की गति में क्या जानो, एक भजन करना जानो। अलख भजन का भी अति गहरा, उसको भी मैं क्या जानूं। अलख भजन का भी अति गहरा, उसको भी मैं क्या जानूं। प्रभु 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 करना जानूं, प्रभु 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 करना जानूं। नैना जल भर ना जानूं, सुर की गति मैं क्या जानूं, एक भजन करना जानूं। गुण गाए गुण गाए प्रभु ने न छोड़ा, फिर क्यों तुम गुण गाते हो, फिर क्यों तुम गुण गाते हो। मैं भोला मैं प्रेम दीवानी, मैं भोला मैं प्रेम दीवानी, इतनी बात क्या जानूं, सुर की गति मैं क्या जानूं, एक भजन करना जानूं, सुर की गति मैं क्या जानूं, एक भजन करना जानूं, एक भजन करना जानूं, एक भजन करना जानूं।
There we have been listening to Bhai Devan doing a very old and meaningful bhajan as he also cries out to the Lord. Brothers and sisters, this has brought us to the end of this presentation of Ramayan Mahima U.S.A. It is our hope that whatever you have learned from this episode, especially to acquire knowledge, that in some way you will make the effort to do so. Turn out your mandirs, go to wherever satsang are being held, so that you can able to benefit tremendously in acquiring the right type of knowledge that will move you forward and cause you to progress in every aspect of life. Do join us again next time as we will present to you another presentation of Ramayan Mahima U.S.A. Until such a time, Sitaram, and may God's blessings be with you.